At this early stage, I'm going to work back in the top view, and we're going to clean up the drawing to make sure that we've got continuous lines that meet neatly all the way around the objects that are going to become three-dimensional objects. I can see even here, and I'll just zoom into this region, that we have quite a few lines that are not yet trimmed and do not join. So we use our standard joining tools, join to a corner, this one and this one, and this with this, and right click on this one and trim it back to here, and so on, to make sure that we've got neatly joined objects. In addition to that, I also have to cut an existing line. So let's just change the color of all lines in our drawing for the moment to make the entire process a little easier to see. I'll choose blue. Choose blue here. And now they're all blue, so that when I select them you can see that they'll turn grey. So I'm now going to select this blue line. Notice that it's one continuous grey line, and I'm going to need to divide this line into pieces so that we can fill in the areas with our hatch patterns using the outline process. So I'll use my divide tool and I'll divide it by this line. Then I'll choose this line and divide it here. I'll choose this line and divide it by this one. And you'll notice that I now have little individual lines, little pieces. And that allows me to have a continuous outline for each surface plane that we finally utilize in order to project into 3D space. And again, I'm going to do this around the entire drawing and come back to you in just a second. So I've now gone round and sequentially located all of the lines and made sure that they are broken up. So you'll notice that these are segmented areas. Each of these lines that is going to form the outline of one of the surfaces that we are going to be standing or looking at are all individual. Sometimes you'll get lines that don't belong, and you can certainly just delete those lines. And you'll find there's multiples in some cases, especially from files from AutoCAD. Quite often AutoCAD files will have multiple lines sitting on top of each other, and these can get a little confusing. And here's one I've missed. So this one here should also be divided, and I'll divide it by that point there. So hopefully we've got the entire drawing now set up the way we'd like it to be. We now only have to fill in these areas with independent surface planes. Then we can pull and push those surface planes around. So let's just do that using the standard surface plane insertion tools, the same tools that we used in the 2D environment.